Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I'm going to give the 10th update for 2024 of our portfolio. And as you can see, one of the things that I'm going to mention a few times in this video is the fact that the Swiss franc is just too strong and that this is having a huge impact on our portfolio, not only our value but also our future yearly dividends. So let's go into it. For this video you can expect the wrap up for August 2024, and as usual I'm going to give the dividends that we received in August, what we bought in August, and it was at the end of last month because we are already the 1st of September, of course, so I'm always going to say last month when I'm mentioning VHYL in this video. So last month we bought VHYL, and I already announced that in the previous update that I was going to do that, and we sticked to it, so that was a good thing. And we also could invest a little bit more than the 900 Swiss francs that we were going to do. And what we are going to buy at the end of September, it is still going to be SGPEX, because yeah, in October it's the only ETF that we have that is paying out a dividend, so we want to increase the amount of stocks that we have in SDGPX still at the end of September so that we receive a higher dividend then. And although we want to reduce the stake of SDGPX, we are still going to buy it. We are not reinvesting the dividends anymore into SDGPX itself. As you know, at the end of July we bought FLXD with the dividend that we received from SDGPEX, and at the end of July we also bought XYLF and GLDV, and together with the buy of VHYL at the end of last month, we are certainly reducing the percentage that we have in SDGPEX. But as I mentioned, yeah, as it is the only one that gives a dividend in October, every third month of the quarter we are still going to invest in SGPEX. Then I'm going to mention the value of our portfolio, how it evolved, and then the negative things that are actually throughout the video mentioned is the strong Swiss francs and the consistent cost averaging that we are doing for our portfolio. And then, of course, the new way of calculating our predicted future yearly dividend, because the franc is so strong and is impacting our future yearly dividends, as our portfolio is paying out dividends in euro and in dollar. So yeah, the amount that we receive in Swiss francs is actually quite reduced. And then I'm also going to mention the 4 dividends that we can expect in September. So the dividend that we received from XYLF now for 94 pieces of stock. So as we increased the end of July the amount of stocks that we have in XYLF, now it is $9.90 that we receive instead of around $5. So that's quite nice. Also GLDV, we increased the amount of stocks that we had in the month preceding August, so we received 0.4405 US dollar for 138 stocks of GLDV, and in this way we received $60.79 of GLDV for GLDV. And of course we also bought VHYL at the end of August, and in total we bought 16 pieces of VHYL, and in total it cost us 952.40 Swiss francs. So our portfolio, you can see it right now on the screen. the few things that I'm going to mention for this slide is the fact that SDGPX went up 28 cents compared to the previous months, but so that's around 1%. But due to the fact that the euro compared to the Swiss francs dropped 2.40%, our total value that we have invested into SDGPEX is negative, so it went down to 36,585.84 Swiss francs. For FLXD, the price went up 3%, so there the total amount that we have invested into it is still positive, and it's the only one that is actually positive. So the other one that looks green, but it is only green because we invested 16 extra pieces. So otherwise you see the price is negative, so otherwise it would be in red here as well. So August was a negative month overall, but we have to remember the positive things as well. So with every negative thing there is a positive thing as well. And the positive thing for this month is the fact that we bought 16 pieces of VHYL, and that was 952.40 Swiss francs invested extra. So it was in fact 52.40 Swiss francs extra that we invested on top of our predicted 900 Swiss francs that we were going to invest. So that's certainly a positive in my book. And the total worth on the 30th of August, it was 51,496.37 Swiss francs. So compared to the worth that we had on the 28th of July, it was up 355.68 Swiss francs. But of course, 940 of those were the extra investment into VHYL. So in total, we went minus 1.14% or minus 584.32 Swiss francs. Okay, we also received the two dividends. I already mentioned them in the beginning of this video. And XYLF also went ex-dividend on the 29th of August for the dividend that we are going to receive in actually at the end of next week or in the beginning of the week after. So it was 14 cents, but I'm not going to recalculate on a total of more than 50,000 Swiss francs. It's not that important, but you should keep that in the back of your mind, of course, because on the previous slides, when you look at the value of XYLF, it's more negative than it should be, because there it's the 14 cents is already deducted, of course, of the value that you see there for XYLF. So with the two extra dividends that we received from XYLF, we can add 8.56 Swiss francs, and with GLDV we can add 52.81 Swiss francs. So there we end up with the loss of 522.95 Swiss francs, or minus 1% more or less. And the total dollar amount that we have now on Swissquote for buying the ETF, the emerging market ETF that we have our eye on, is $252.33. So we are getting closer and closer around the $400 mark or $450 mark, but actually we are also still far away from that one. But yeah, we are trying to increase it more and more. So yeah, let's hope that with the VHYL and the XYLF dividends that we can expect the coming month, that this amount is getting up and up and up, so that we can start investing into EMHD. And also one thing that is really positive this month is that the final result of minus 522.95 Swiss francs is way better than the minus 4,001.87 Swiss francs that we saw on the 5th of August. And I made a video on the 5th of August about how you shouldn't panic when the stock market suddenly has a small crash. And I still call it a small crash because minus 8%, more or less 8%, it's not a true crash, it's only a mini crash, and you can expect to have a mini crash like that every year at least. So yeah, it's no big surprise if you are investing already for a bit on the stock market. You know that it can happen anytime and that you shouldn't panic. And if you haven't watched that movie yet, video yet, you can check it out after this video. And then another thing that I need to mention in that regard is that I do consistent cost averaging, and this is what you should do as well. But sometimes it sucks when you can only invest after you receive your paycheck. So for us, yeah, it's always being paid out around the 25th of the month. So the previous month it was the 23rd, now it was the 25th, but I could only invest on the 26th. So it's the way it is. When you want to be consistent, you have to be consistent, and then sometimes you miss out on a good opportunity to buy on the 5th of August. So on the 5th of August, this is the evolution of VHYL. So we bought here in this region, and it's too bad that we couldn't buy it here because we didn't have money available on that time. But yeah, it's the way it is. And also the other purchases that we did on the 23rd of July, yeah, they were 13 days too soon. So yeah, you can always hit your head about things like that, but it is just the way it is. Sometimes you win with this consistent cost averaging. The drop can happen on the 22nd or the 23rd, and then you are happy. And sometimes it happens after you already bought or before you could already buy. It is the way it is, and staying consistent is going to win you the game eventually. So this is short term, long term, you're going to be a winner as long as you stay consistent. So that's important that you know that. And then talking about our predicted future dividends. In our previous update, the 2,876.65 Swiss francs per year or 239.72 Swiss francs per month, they are a rough prediction, I already said it, because we have the exchange rates to keep in the back of our heads. And the way that I calculated it before, it was the calculation that I did at the end of December, and I just added always the amount that I calculated extra for the buys the of the buys that I did in that month. But now the dollar and the euro actually dropped quite a lot in the past 6 months compared to the Swiss francs. So yeah, the rough prediction that I made was actually way off. I thought it was going to be way off, and I was completely right. So the breaching of the 2,850 Swiss francs per year, I can put a cross over that, because this is the new way that I'm going to calculate the predicted future dividend for our portfolio. So I'm always going to give the shares and the trailing 12-month dividend that they paid out in the trailing 12 months, of course. And then I'm going to take into account the current conversion rate of in this case for euro to Swiss francs, and in this case dollar to Swiss francs, and then the total amount of Swiss francs that these dividends are going to be in the future. Perhaps because, yeah, the conversion rate can change, the trailing 12-month dividend can change as the payout on the quarter can be lower or higher compared to the previous quarter that they paid out. So, but I'm always going to change this, and I'm actually also a bit happy because XYLF, it's the first time that we can calculate with a complete year for XYLF. So in that regard, it's a good way to start this new type of calculation, because I have 12 values here now for XYLF, and now I can always swap one of those values out for the next dividend payment that we are going to receive. So now the yearly dividend that we can expect is 2,520.88 Swiss francs. And you can say, hey, that's a huge drop. And I know it's a huge drop, but yeah, it's a thing that I knew in the back of my head, and I should have started using this kind of calculation way sooner, so that it wouldn't be such a big surprise right now that it dropped more than 350 Swiss francs. But I'm not complaining at all. 2,520 Swiss francs is still a huge amount, so I'm still happy about that. And I'm back to the 2,500 Swiss franc breach, but hey, as EA Sports would say, it's in the game. I know when some of you played the games of EA Sports when they made, when they made the Werbung, how do you say it? The ads in the past, they always said it's in the game. It's something that's always in the back of my head, just like with Nike, just do it. It's a really good catchphrase, and yeah, with when you are investing, it's the same. It's in the game. So the euro and the dollar can become a bit stronger again, of course. So here I have a typing error. It's although when you look at the way the euro evolved the past 5 years, it's only going down. In 2021, it was up again compared to the beginning of 2000s, but yeah, thereafter it went only down, down, down. And for the US dollar, it recovered a bit in 2022, 2023, the beginning of 2023. But yeah, the trend is more than obvious. The Swiss franc is just a strong coin. And next month, when I convert Swiss francs into euros, I will get more for my buck, or for my Swiss franc, I should say, and I can buy probably more SGPX stocks. So for every positive, for every negative, there is always a positive as well. So we have to stay positive overall. And another positive thing is that we can look out for the dividends for September. And as I already mentioned, for XYLF, it went already ex-coupon, ex-dividend on the 29th of August. So on the 6th of September, we are going to receive the 14 and a bit cents per share of XYLF. And then we don't have the announcements just yet, but VHYL is going to go ex coupon on around the 14th of September, and the pay date is going to be around the 28th of September. And well, I should say the 13th of September, because the 14th of September is of course a Saturday. So LDG, it's also going to be ex dividend on the 13th of September, and probably it's going to pay out on the 20th of September. And for FLXD, it's just the same thing, ex dividend on the 13th and probably being paid out on the 20th. So in this update, I mentioned that we invested 940 Swiss francs this month. So that's 40 francs more than anticipated. The future yearly dividend is recalculated. So now we have 2,520.88 Swiss francs per year, or 210.07 Swiss francs per month. And I'm looking forward to come closer to 2,900 Swiss francs again, but it's going to go slowly, just as it went slowly before as well. But at least now I'm always calculating on the same way and not underestimating the amount of effect that the Swiss franc has on the dividends that are being paid out in our portfolio. And then last month, so in August, we had a negative yield of 522.95 Swiss francs, or minus 1%. And our total portfolio worth right now is 51,496.37 Swiss francs. So our dividend yield, the previous time when I said it, it was 5.60% or something like that. But now it's 4.90% dividend yield. And as I said, I should be happy because now at least it's calculated completely correctly. It's not a rough estimation anymore. Now it is what it is. And with that being said, I thank you for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content. Hit that like button as well, then this video is being distributed to other people that like this kind of content as well. And thank you for watching, and see you on the next one on my YouTube channel. Bye.